Hey guys, so this is Unit 2, Task 1, Intro to Ecology, the B and C level of the task. I'm just going to go over really quickly what the task is about and how to complete it. So first things first, when you open this up, you're going to fill out your name and then read the task description. You'll find the essential question, the goal of the task, and then the skill that the task focuses on. So step 1 is to tell me what the topic of the task is, what the skill is, and then to rank yourself of how good you are at this skill. So 1 would mean you don't even know what the skill means. 4 would be you could probably teach it. This is the rubric. This is how we grade you. We're focusing on these 3 different categories. So you can read this if you want to have a good idea of how you could get a really good grade on this task. You don't need to fill this out. This is what the teacher fills out when we receive your submission. So the first things first is to read this discovery file on abiotic and biotic factors. You'll notice that the text says follow along as we do annotate and pull our important things from the text. So you need to annotate the text. I have included some examples in this video. Your task does not have these examples. If you want to get a high grade on this task, we need to see that you've added annotations. So you might be like, what the heck are annotations? It's just a word for taking notes as you read. This means highlighting important words and sentences, adding your own notes on the side like I did, and you could truly do this in any way that makes sense for you. So look at my examples. In that first paragraph, it says many factors influence every part of our environment. Things like how tall trees grow, where animals and plants are found, and why birds migrate. There are 2 categories of these factors, abiotic and biotic. So for my annotations, I highlighted this in yellow, and then I put a comment that says examples of environmental factors. The reason I did this is because maybe later on in the task, if it asks me about environmental factors, I can come right back up here and I know exactly where to look. I also highlighted abiotic and biotic, just because I know that these are key words that we talked about in our class presentation about ecosystems. So that's an example of how to annotate. You should read this entire page and annotate any words or sentences that are important. Then you're going to answer the guided practice question. There are 3. Be sure to answer every part of the question. Then you'll do independent practice. In the open space, you'll place either an A for abiotic, which means non-living, or B for biotic, which means living. So for example, for rocks, you would put whether it's abiotic or biotic, the same for lizards. And then in this box, you fill out what would happen in this situation. So it says all of the rocks are removed from a desert ecosystem. What would happen to the population of rock-dwelling lizards and in turn the animals which eat them? So in this box, you would tell me your answer. What would happen to the lizards? And then you repeat this for question 2. Then the final part is you're going to go to Google Images and search a picture of an ecosystem. It needs to include at least 10 different biotic factors and 5 different abiotic factors. Paste your picture here and then write a list of the 10 biotic factors and the 5 biotic factors. Then you're going to summarize what is going on in the ecosystem. And you do that in a few sentences. You might want to talk about the different factors that you see, and especially you should talk about how those factors are interacting with each other. If you have questions about this, you should watch the I think it's called the ecosystem presentation recording that I posted on Google Classroom. It goes over all of these definitions. And if you still have questions, of course, you can always reach out to me or Ms. Smith. So that's it. Go start Unit 2, Task 1.